All right, we are about to start our learning exercise for this week, but first, a quick bit on finding regulations. I don't want to repeat everything that was in the Brightspace content, but quickly, the best way to find regulations on a topic is by reading a secondary source. We're actually going to practice this method in our learning exercise in a moment. But then, if you have a statute, um, then you can open up your statute and use the Citing Sources tab in Lexis to find regulations. There's a section right here related to your statute. It's an excellent way to find regs if you already have a statute here in Lexis. And then if you're in Westlaw, you can use the Citing References tab from your statute to find regulations related to your statute. Another great way to find regs. The final way I want to point out to find regulations is free. It's no paid databases required. You can use the agency's websites. This method requires you to know, or at least to guess, the agency that is likely to regulate your topic. And then you have to head over to that agency's website. What if you can't name any government agencies off the top of your head? Well, there are a few government websites that list federal agencies. This one lists more than 400 federal agencies. Still, choosing the right one could be an uphill battle if you are starting from square one, but if you have an idea of what agency regulates your issue, their website could be the fastest way forward. California agencies' websites are great too, and here's that same website we saw earlier that lists all of the California agencies, which they call departments. So maybe you are looking for the agencies that regulate avocados. Test yourself for a minute. How many agencies can you think of that might regulate avocados? You could try the FDA, where that website has a link for regulatory information under topics. You could try the Department of Ag. It's got a few options. First, it's got the Food and Nutrition Service. There's no topics tab, but you can navigate into the newsroom where you'll notice that there's Federal Register notices. So you'd have to recognize that Federal Register notices is going to be where the proposed and the final regulations can be found on that agency's website. Or agriculture also has the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. And there you'll find the About tab where there's laws and regulations. And then there's a section for plant health where you can see that the agency is acknowledging that it receives its authority from the statutes listed below. And that those statutes are providing a framework for what the agency can do. So each agency website is different, and I might be accidentally convincing you that this is too complicated a method, but I don't mean to do that. You have the skills to navigate Westlaw and Lexis, so you can absolutely navigate an agency website now too. That said, I already gave away that your learning exercise would have you using secondary sources. So let's do that now. Part 1 and 2 of your learning exercise are going to lead you through the use of secondary sources in Lexis to answer some questions on regulations. Paragraph 2 of this fact scenario we already reviewed says that your friend Sam thinks he could attract more business if he hired someone to stand outside and hand out free samples, like the people at Costco. You have some questions about how Sam's going to ensure that everyone's over 21, but you agree to at least investigate the broader question of the legality of free samples and then get back to him. So you'll fill out a quick research plan, and then you're going to conduct some regulatory research in Lexis. You're going to start with a secondary source, and to get you going really quickly on question 6, I want to go through that before I end this video. So you would log into Westlaw, we're Lexis. We're using Lexis. You'd log into Lexis, go to secondary materials, treatises and guides, and then our legal area here is cannabis. It's its own legal topic. It could be business and commercial law. You might find some stuff in that kind of a treatise, but I just wanted to see what happens if I pop in a single keyword to all of the treatises on all of Lexis. And cannabis, without even narrowing to a jurisdiction or anything, the very first result I got was a treatise called California Cannabis Laws, Regulations, and Muni Codes. So that's pretty good. I feel like this is the treatise that is in Lexis that is probably going to be most useful to you. So go ahead and dive into that one and answer the rest of the questions on your learning exercise, parts 1 and 2. Stop when you see stop, and then I will see you in the next video.